What is going on, guys? Alex here with TFL Bike, and I've got some exciting news for you today because BMW just announced their brand new BMW M1000RR. It's their new flagship model, their new beast of a track machine, and it is based on the S1000RR, but you're getting more performance, a more track and racing oriented machine with a more powerful engine, better brakes, improved aero, and a whole new look. So in this video, I'm gonna run you through all the information, all the details on this new bike. Let's get right into it. The standard S1000RR, and I know it's kind of funny calling that a standard bike, that in itself is just a beast of a track machine, but that was brand new for model year 2019. It was announced at EICMA in 2018 in Italy, and it's been relatively unchanged since. Now on the S1000RR, you did have an option to get an M package, which gave you carbon wheels, Ride Modes Pro, a lightweight battery, an adjustable chassis kit, adjustable rear ride height, a different swing arm pivot point, and the M paint color scheme. And that package costs $3,700 to add to the S1000RR. This is not that. This is not a package. This is a full-blown M model, just like you would see from the car side of things. So we just saw the new M3 and M4 on the car side. This is the true first M model on two wheels. It's not a package, it is a full-blown M model. All right, so let's talk about the motor. It obviously is derived from the S1000RR, but there are some changes. So it's an inline four. It now makes 212 horsepower versus the 205 that you find in the S1000RR, so you get a little power increase. That peak power is going to come in at 14,500 RPM. Torque is exactly the same between the M model and the S model, 83 foot-pounds of torque. Now, the red line is raised a little on the M model by 500 RPM, so 15,100 RPM max red line on this M model. It is going to be 500 RPM lower on the one we're used to, the S1000RR. And BMW says that this new version of the motor is way more powerful in that 6,000 to 15,100 RPM range, which is right where you're going to be sitting on the track. So you get more power where you need it on the track with this bike. Let's talk about some of the changes to the engine. I'll breeze through them real quick. So you have a new two-ring forged pistons. They're 12 grams lighter. You also have adapted combustion chambers, slimmer and lighter rocker arms, an optimized intake system, and fully machined intake ports with new duct geometry. So tons of little changes here and there to the engine, helps save some weight and makes it more powerful. Also, something really cool that I like is the M model comes standard with a titanium Akrapovic exhaust. So on the S1000RR, you get a standard steel pipe that honestly most people are going to rip off and replace with something like a titanium pipe. So it's really cool that it comes standard with that. You're not going to have to do any swapping. There's some aero changes made to the new S1000RR, and you'll see some similarities from this to maybe something that Ducati's been doing. But you have a much taller windscreen up front, and you also have these winglets. That's what I was talking about that Ducati's really well known for. They call them M winglets. They're made out of carbon. And BMW says that these went through lots of track and wind tunnel testing. They really dialed these in, and between the winglets and the extended front windshield, that puts a lot more downforce on the front wheel, helps reduce wheeling, and also makes sure that the traction control system doesn't cut in as often. So it's not going to restrict your power as much with that added downforce. Now there's more power, you also need more stopping power to go along with that. So there's new brakes on this machine when you compare it to the S1000RR. These new M brakes were developed from the brakes that they use in BMW bikes in the Superbike World Championship. So a lot of testing has gone into these. They are two 320 millimeter discs up front with 4 piston calipers. You get a 220 millimeter disc in the rear with a 2 piston caliper. The calipers look really cool. They have this really nice blue anodized coating on them with the M logo. Just really cool looking brakes. I like that package. It definitely stands out when you look at this bike and then look at the brakes on the standard S1000RR. You can definitely see there's plenty of differences in the M model. There were some modifications made to the chassis as well, so it was trimmed down a little bit for track use. They modified the geometry a little bit, and they also made the pivot point on the swing arm much more adjustable, so you can really dial in your riding position and the geometry of the bike, which is something you really want on the track. but a lot of street riders might not ever take advantage of that. So you're gonna want that on the full-blown M model, and they gave it to you. Let's talk about styling a little bit. So the M1000RR is only gonna come in one paint scheme, and that is this white, blue, and red M paint scheme. I really like it. I've always really liked that on the S1000RR. It's slightly different than the S1K. It's got a little bit of a different pattern to it, although it uses the same colors. I really like the design of it. They also painted the gas cap black, and they changed the color on the engine casing as well, so they're now kind of a dark gray versus the bronzy color on the S1000RR. But overall, I really like the look of the bike. I love the winglets. I love the extended windscreen. It looks like it's ready to go race. I know some people might be disappointed that they stuck with the symmetrical front end design. A lot of people really hated that they changed the kind of offset look on the old S1000RR. I know some people are hoping for a redesign or a facelift on this new one. You're not going to get that on the M1000RR. You still get the symmetrical front end. So this bike comes with a lot, but there is a package you can add onto it, and that is the M Competition package. I don't have pricing for it yet, but I will run through what comes with it. So the two big ones, the ones that I think are really cool and tech-oriented, are the GPS lap trigger and the GPS data logger. So a lot of other bikes have lap timers, but you have to like double tap your headlights or something at a specific point on the track. This uses GPS, takes care of it for you, so you don't need to use a third-party device to time your laps, and you don't need to take your focus off of the racetrack and off of what you're doing and hit your lights. This just does it for you using GPS, and it'll also log your data, so you can take a look at your split times and how much power you're using and how much throttle input and your braking. You can go into all that stuff, so really cool. I like that. You also get some milled parts with the competition package, a carbon package. You also get a swing arm that is 220 grams lighter than the standard one that comes on the M1000RR. You also get an endurance chain, a passenger package, including a tail hump cover, and that's it for the competition package. I'll just breeze through some of the other standard equipment. This all comes on the S1000RR, but it's cool stuff, and you're going to see it on the M1000RR as well. So you're going to get Race ABS and ABS Pro. You're going to get 7 different riding modes, including Rain, Road, Dynamic, Race, and then Race Pro 1 through 3. Pit lane speed limiter, launch control, dynamic traction control, wheelie control, slide control, hill start control, dynamic brake control, a 6.5-inch TFT display, which, by the way, is beautiful. This is probably my favorite dash out of any bike on the market today. So, ton of cool stuff, heated grips, cruise control. It's a track-oriented bike. It's still got the stuff you need to go on long highway trips and be comfortable. So, super cool bike. Love the look of it, like how practical it is, and it's ready to race. How cool is that? US pricing has not yet been announced, but I do have UK pricing for you. In the UK, they're saying that this is going to go for £30,935, which is the equivalent of about $39,500 US. Quite a bit more than the standard S1000RR, which starts at about $17,000 or just under that. Again, I don't have exact pricing, but you can pretty much guess that it's going to be at least double what a standard S1K goes for. This is a pretty cool bike, and you're going to have to pay a lot for it. There's only going to be 500 available worldwide, so if you're interested in getting one, you need to contact the dealership immediately, because I have a feeling these are going to go pretty quick. So yeah, just to recap, S1000RR with a modified engine, modified brakes, modified chassis, modified aero, and you get a full-on M1000RR. Super cool looking bike. I really hope I get the chance to ride one of these. This is right up my style. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to go over to TFL Bike YouTube channel, TFL Car, TFL Truck, all the TFL channels. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.